I bought a static caravan on a whim, literally on a whim. I came up with the idea one day and I literally bought it the next. Now, that is the worst thing you can possibly do. What I should have done is every time my son wants to buy anything, I say to him, before you buy it, sleep on it, mull it over. Give yourself at least a week before you buy it. And that's exactly what I should have done before I bought my static caravan. Not that I regret it, because I genuinely do. I love my caravan. But I should have thought it through a little bit more. Because buying a caravan isn't just a normal purchase. You're not just buying something that's a few £100 or even a few thousand. It's not a normal everyday purchase. You're not buying something. You're actually buying a lifestyle. So if you're watching this and you're dreaming of more weekends away, you're dreaming of more fresh air, you're dreaming of more time with your family, then the good news is you can have all of that. But if you want to avoid the expensive mistakes, the common mistakes, then this video is going to give you the advice that I wish I had before I bought my caravan. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to give you 11 tips that could save you thousands of pounds and a lot of hassle. So tip number 1, right? Don't blow your entire budget on the caravan. You might have a 50 grand budget, whether you're paying that cash or whether you're doing it finance. That might be a budget, but think on, right? There's also decking to consider. So don't blow your budget, because you want to be looking at, you're going to have a much better time if you've got decking on your caravan. So you need to take everything into account. So think about your budget. Does it, you want to have your caravan, you want to have enough money for your decking, you want to have enough money for your pitch fee, because yes, sometimes they might give you a 3 years pitch fee, but then you might be billed for next year's in November, for example. So you need to make sure that you've got enough in the pot to cover everything that you might want. Now, the second tip I'm going to give you is that the pitch matters. And the pitch is where you put your caravan. Make sure you view the pitches that are available on site. And when I say view them, have a good look around them, because you've got to take into account what you want. Do you want to be close to all the amenities? Do you want to be close to the clubhouse? Do you want to be close to the fishing lake or the swimming baths, right? In that case, make sure it's close by. Or do you prefer a bit of peace and tranquility? Therefore, you might want a pitch that's at the other end of the site, away from most of the traffic. Or maybe you're a people watcher and you want to sit on your decking with a cup of coffee and you watch everyone that goes by. In that case, get a pitch in the middle of the park. Then the other thing to think about is, where is the sun located? As an example, a friend of ours, they've got a lovely caravan, well, it's a lodge with a decking on, and they get the sun first thing in the morning, which is good for them because they're up at about 5 in the morning. So they sit outside and they like to have a cup of tea on the decking. We don't get sun on our decking, though. Ours faces the other way. But what we do get is we get evening sun. So from about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we're in full sun all the way till it sets. Perfect if you want to sit on your decking and enjoy an evening beer. The other thing you might want to think about as well is your privacy. How many caravans are around you? And a key one on a lot of sites, including ours, is what is it like when it rains? Does that pitch flood? Are you going to have to get your wellies out every single time it rains? It's worth checking, finding out what happens to that pitch every time it rains. Number 3, the actual cost breakdown. Every site will be slightly different, but normally speaking, you've got to, obviously if you get your caravan on finance, you've got your finance to take into account, you've then got your pitch fee to take into account, you've got gas bottles to take into account, you've got insurance to take into account, you've got gas safety check to take into account, electric every couple of years to take into account, your actual electric bill to take into account. Then there might be rates as well. So the best thing you can do is, when you're talking to the salespeople, ask them to write down all the charges that you're going to have to pay. And I mean, actually get them to write it down so you've got it in pen and paper, so you know exactly how much everything is going to cost you, so that you're going into it with your eyes wide open. The next one, it's not so glamorous, but read the agreement. Read it and make sure you understand it, and find out exactly what the rules are. Like, for instance, how long is the park actually open for? Is it a 9-month park, 10-month park? Is it 11-month park? Is it open all year? These are the things you want to know. And is it just a holiday rental, which is, to be fair, most caravans and caravan sites, the rental holiday caravan sites, so you can't live on them, but some you might be able to live on, so find that out. The next thing you want to find out is, are you allowed to rent them out? Can you rent them? Because some sites, like what we're on like a resorts type site, so you're allowed to rent them, you're allowed to try and make some of your money back to pay towards your pitch fees. But other sites, they have really strict rules, and they're more like communities, even to the point where your family and friends aren't allowed to come. So that's what you want to check out. Can your family come? Can your friends come if you're not there? Check it out. Make sure you ask the right questions. Also, find out what the Wi-Fi is like, because I'll tell you what, Wi-Fi on nearly every site seems to be absolutely rubbish. So find out if you've got good Wi-Fi, or at least good internet connection. Find out if you can work from there as well, because in this day and age, a lot of people work from home. Even myself, I do a little bit of work from home. So find out if you're legally allowed to do that. The next one is, if you're buying a second-hand caravan, right? Now, it's good because you can basically save a lot of money if it's a year or two. Why can't I just finish this sentence? You can save a lot of money if it's a year or two old. There we go. Right. And that's a massive benefit, isn't it? Obviously, you're getting a slightly shorter lease time as in how long you can actually have your caravan if it's a couple of years old. But you need to check the caravan, right? And some of the key things that's worth checking is the floor soft around the shower or the sink, which could indicate that the floor is rotting. Is there rust anywhere? What about the windowsills? Are they starting to become a bit loose, or is there any issues with the windows? And if you can, have a look underneath it. Is the frame rusted, or is it solid? Because caravans aren't meant to be moved about. So some of the older ones, they had weaker frames, so some of them might be going a bit rusty. Whereas a new caravan, they're a little bit more solid. So if you are going to go down a second-hand caravan, make sure you really give it a good once over. Last thing you want to do is get one that's really falling to bits. The next one comes back to what I said at the beginning. Slow down. Slow down. You don't have to buy it there and then. Don't listen to the sales guys. They're trained to be a little bit pushy. Admittedly, the guys on our site don't seem that bad, but previously I've seen sales guys and they'll use tactics like, oh, we've got someone coming to look at it tomorrow. That pitch will be gone tomorrow. Now, if they say that pitch is going to be gone tomorrow, at the minute it don't really matter because there's pitches everywhere, so don't worry about that. If they say that caravan is going to be gone tomorrow, then fine, it's gone. Don't feel pressured into buying. Just don't do it. Another tip I'd say is, say like you've found your site and you think, I really like that site. It looks like it ticks all boxes. Visit at different times. A caravan site is vastly different during the week to what it's like at a weekend, especially if it's a holiday park like ours. On a weekend it's rammed full, it's a bit crazy, it can be a bit loud. During the week it's dead quiet. right? So check at different times. Also check, maybe visit when weather's different. Like when sun's out, everything looks beautiful and nice, and you know, flowers are out and it's all green and there's birds and it's lovely. But when it's rainy and miserable, see if you still like it. Or try different times of year as well, between summer and winter. Which then leads on to the next tip. Have a talk with other owners. If they've got a club on site, go to the club. Try and get chatting to a few owners. Find out what they think to the site, what they think to the management, what they think to the staff here, what they think to the park in general. Because owners will always be brutally honest. To the point where they'll probably put you off the park. So if they can tell you all about the park and you're still not put off, then you're on to a winner. 9. Never buy purely on site alone. Admittedly, I pretty much did this. Right, I saw the caravan I wanted online and I was determined to buy it. And even when I got given the tour, I didn't really care to look at any other caravans because I had already made it up in my mind that I was buying it. Luckily for me, it didn't turn out to be a mistake. But sometimes the photos you see in brochures are not the same as what they look like in real life. So make sure any caravans that you're interested in, you really inspect them and have a good neb around. I mean, you can check out the videos on here for a good neb around, but you need to go and see them in person before you make that decision. Then going on to renting out a caravan. I'm not going to cover this massively. I might do a video about it in future. It's not something I know a massive amount about. But what I would say is, if you're letting your caravan out, be realistic. It's not going to earn you a fortune. But what it will do is probably cover the cost of your caravan. So it'll help cover everything. And if you're lucky, you might have a few £100 at the end of the season. That's if you let the site hire it out for you. If you're doing it yourself, it might be a little bit more difficult. So go into it realistically. Anybody who thinks they're going into renting out a caravan just to make money, they need their head looking at, really, because it's highly unlikely you're going to make any money. From people I've spoke to, it just doesn't happen. But I will delve deeper into that in another video. And lastly, the last tip, I suppose it's not really a tip at all. It's just to say that you're buying into a lifestyle, right? So it's not just a holiday, it's a lifestyle. So you've got to remember that, you know, like a few people get a bit annoyed about the costs that are involved, but then they might only come down for 2 weeks a year because they're thinking it's like a holiday. It's not, it's a lifestyle. To get the most of it, you want to be coming down like every weekend or every other weekend, and you want to have long breaks here or a week here and therefore, because it's like more of a lifestyle thing, you've got to take that into account. Now, if you're going on holiday, you don't mind driving 3-4 hours to get there, do you? But if you're going there every weekend, you don't want to be too far away. So think about how far away you'd be comfortable driving every single week. Now, for me, I put a radius of 2 hours and I looked up map and then I worked from there when I was doing it. Now, if this video has helped you, would you do me a favor, hit like and subscribe? It'd be greatly appreciated. And if you want to go deeper, I am building a static life community. If you join my newsletter, I will send you details of the new community I'm building, and on there you get to find out about amazing things such as a free raffle where you can win a £25 Amazon voucher. That'll only be for members of the community, and that will be run every single month. But as well as that, I'm going to be building some guides to help you along the way in like buying a caravan. There'll be downloadable guides and budget tools, owner checklists, and basically real talk from real owners about caravans. You can also reach out to me on there and I'll answer any questions you may have. I didn't end to this video. So that's all for this video. Now, if you'd like to find out how much money you lose on a caravan, I made a video about that not long ago and you can watch it here. And that's all from me. So I'll see you down the club.